Well, hello everybody. I can't resist responding to this one on Tranny Star. The idea of, the path not taken. What if I had been born a cis-gendered woman? And would I be different? Well, it brings up a lot of things. It brings up spiritual and physical. I don't think I'd be as happy, to be honest with you. I think I would be a very different person, and I don't think I would have turned out well. I look at my family. I don't have very good role models there. So I really consider myself lucky to have been born this way, despite all the pain and the struggle, because I am in the wonderful position of choosing my own womanhood, what I'm going to be, who I'm going to be, after seeing what it's like for other people. I can make educated choices that not everyone has an opportunity for. So it's a lucky thing, as I said. Then spiritually, it would be very different. I think I wouldn't have been happy spiritually. Because, too much. I find that being trans has really changed how I feel spiritually, because it's taught me a lot. Recently, I almost got into an argument with someone. I've gotten into an argument before about whether there's a soul or not and free will. This person takes the attitude of, it's all chemicals and we don't think, we're just reacting to everything. Which, when you think about it, is very logical, because you wouldn't be able to plan or be proactive if all you did was react to things. Because how do you plan for reaction? It gets so complex when you think of it that way, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, really, it doesn't. So, I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking about a piece of artwork I'm doing in which there's a character in it who's a lot, I guess, like being trans. Who is made in one way. It's a little sci-fi there. And has chosen to be a different way through free will. And he just jumped into this conversation and laughs and say, "Oh yeah, like there's free will." And that was my terrible imitation of a male voice. It's actually getting very difficult for me to speak in a male voice, which is exactly what I want. But that's beside the point. He jumped in and kind of made fun, and I just said, and it sort of started out, I told him, I really don't want to talk about this. I really don't want to go into it. Just doesn't work when I talk with you. And of course, like he just jumped at me about the soul and like, why do you need to believe, and it doesn't make any sense, and why is there a ghost controlling you from a distance, and you might as well believe in a holy sandwich and all that. And I had this moment of revelation that ended the conversation very well. Not a win, but an end. And I said to him, try being trans. And I really believe this, by the way. It gives you such a unique perspective on being a person, on how, what the core of a human being is. and things like, what it means to be human, and how much the chemicals do affect you and how much they don't. Like how some aspects of you changed, some opinions, the way you interpret things. But at the end of the day, the core of you is you. I mean, it's that lucky that it turns out that no matter what, the core of you is always you. I think even someone who loses all of their memory still has some of that core because, well, it's stored here and it's in the soul. And because of that combination of the physical and the spiritual that you learn about when you're going through this transition, it just lets you know a lot about what it is to live. I'm repeating myself now because this is important to me. And and then I looked at him and said, "I'm being nice and you're being a dick," and that was the end of the conversation. So that was nice. But see, if I would have been cisgendered, I don't know if I'd have that kind of will. And it's so wonderful to have this challenge and have this, path open up before me and so many questions answered that I would have guessed if I wasn't trans. I think if I had been cisgendered, I probably would have like I said, gone on a wrong path. I think I probably would have, slept around. I think I might have not followed my artwork. I think I might have been even more bipolar. I think my life would be empty because it happened to so many people in my family, and I think I would have at least taken that path a little ways. I've had a lot of emptiness in this life, but it's all helped make me who I am. And I think as cisgender, I would have never done these important things. I know especially I think my artwork would not have happened. I am very lucky I got a chance to see from a male perspective that created my artwork so that I can, what I make now is kind of a combination like me. I get to put meaning, but I get also to have, let's face it, the visceral and the violence that often comes with, tons of testosterone. And it's a nice combination. I'm not saying, by the way, girls, that girls can't have violence and stuff. I'm saying only for me that I'm lucky I can see both sides of that. So, it was best like this. And I would not want it any other way. Cisgender is not for me, and I'm very happy that I get a chance to command my life in this way, and to make the choice of following who I am. And almost 34 years without, but who knows how many years as a woman. And squeaky. And that's just what I was thinking and what I was inspired to talk about. And as I've said many times, I love you all, and goodbye.